with a lot of exciting news across the board about your third stimulus check, your second stimulus check, and your first stimulus check. There's Cynthia. She just became a purple hour. How are you? I'm so excited for you on a new day and a new afternoon of Sunday. You're crushing the weekend. I'm here, you're here. And Senator Ron Wyden, the Democrat from Oregon, spoke minutes ago about your third stimulus. Remember who he is? He's that guy that doesn't like the $600 of FPUC, the $400 of FPUC. He wants it bigger and bolder. And if he wants it bigger and bolder, well, what will happen with the remainder of the stimulus package? He says that his constituents have been speaking out about third stimulus, and they have comments across the board. I have all those details for you in a big new recording of Mornings Home LALate. Wyden said that the major issue for the new stimulus package is the timing of how to get the package. Minutes ago, a new political report from discussed Wyden and his constituents. And the constituents said that they had been approaching him at the grocery store complaining about the stimulus package. After a really long political session that went all the way into 2021, people just want results, says Wyden in an interview today. So you want to eliminate those cliffs. At issue are unemployment benefits lapsing on March 14th. You have other things like millions of dollars for Wi-Fi, free internet for children, which expected to take time to get rolled out. What is the feeling? The feeling is that things need to come out quickly and not slowly. Ben LaBolt, a top White House press aide during the Obama administration, says there's no instant gratification when it comes to Congress and big legislative packages. The best thing that President Biden can do is to be shown advocating for this for every day. I've said this to you as well. It's not a good narrative for the president to be talking about stamps, clean air, when people want to hear about the stimulus aid to go out. 18 million people are set to face a financial cliff on March 14th as unemployment benefits will lapse. And it could take weeks or months, I don't think it's months, but certainly weeks, to get another round of FPUC, UI, and PUA back into the system for third stimulus, says the political report. State unemployment offices are actually surging, bursting at the edges with 800,000 new jobless claims a week. And they're having a lot of problems getting things into the system. It's already a madhouse, says Elizabeth Ponchetti. While people have been talking about how strategically strong the rebound is on the the depths of the initial part of the crisis, the predicted support has come relatively slow, says Diane Swank, chief economist at Grant Thornton. It creates an uncertainty. As to the stimulus check, the political report says that IRS has been instructed to get those stimulus checks out, the $1,400 stimulus checks, the $3,600 stimulus checks, the $5,000 SBA checks out as quickly as possible under the third stimulus package. The IRS would be charged with sending out the new stimulus checks of up to $1,400 while facing the tidal weight of a tax filing season, says the political report. Basically, you got to send out stimulus checks at the same time you got to do this. Leaders in the tax industry have said they got to prepare to do this. John Kosonen, a chief IRS commissioner from 2013 2017, said that they did very well with the $600 stimulus check, but there's a limit to what new things you can ask them to do without threatening the entire system. SBA has to launch a $25 billion restaurant grant program, which is brand new under the third stimulus package, in addition to giving you a $5,000 stimulus check. And then we have the free internet, which a lot of viewers have been asking about. That will be under the FCC, would receive $7.6 billion to subsidize a new Wi-Fi hotspots and other spots to provide virtual connect for students across the country. We've already seen the cities and counties, municipalities signing staff to pay for COVID expenses. That takes time. And that some people, like Tom Reed, chair of the bipartisan problem solvers, said Congress should peel off funding for vaccines as well as the unemployment benefits and pass those portions as soon as possible. There's a cliff hanging over Congress and the president's desire to act. There should be no reason that an unofficial deadline of unemployment benefits holds up what should otherwise be good policy. Under the third stimulus package, you're getting a lot of money. The viewers of this channel, every viewer of this channel will qualify for about $5,000 to $10,000 of stimulus relief in this third stimulus package. You're going to get rent, food, utilities, internet, and a stimulus check. That's about $5,000 to $10,000. Every viewer of this channel, whether you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, you're going to get about $5,000 to $10,000. I'm going to say it again. Every viewer of this channel, especially those on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, will be eligible, not will automatically get, but will be eligible for about $5,000 to $10,000. That's the stimulus check, the SSI, the rent, the utilities, the internet, the food, and the childcare if you have some childcare as well. I'm not even including the childcare in the $5,000 to $10,000 calculation. That's really good news. Now, the other thing that's important to understand is that of those items, only the stimulus check is automatic. Everything else you have to apply for. You don't automatically get rent. You don't automatically get food. You don't automatically get the utilities. You don't automatically get the internet. All these things you have to apply for and pounce. And this channel over the next few weeks is going to show you how you pounce and get that money. I've had people say, hey, where do I apply for it? Hey, thank you for the super chat. You know, people always, they're ready to pounce. It's great news, but you can't pounce yet on the third stimulus package. You can pounce on the second stimulus package, because that's law. That's coming up later in this recording. We're 6 minutes in. If you've not subscribed, why haven't you subscribed? This is the best darn channel there is out there. We're approaching 100 million views. We're at 90. I haven't checked today. I think it was like 99.8 million views. So let's do it. Let's do it. If you're back in the mix, welcome back. Thank you for joining me on a new mix. You're going to see a lot of stuff coming to this channel. I'm very excited for what you're going to see. And I want you to know that the stimulus items have a lot there for you. Under the third stimulus package, you're going to get all that I just described for you. The rent, the internet, the food, the utilities, and the stimulus check. That's about $5,000 to $10,000. Then, if you're a parent, you're going to get $3,600 per child or $30,000 per child. Plus, you're going to get about $1,700 of a college student. Plus, you'll get $1,500 if you're a hazard pay worker. Plus, you'll get a $5,000 EIDL grant if you're an Uber, Lyft, or Grubhub driver. And then if you're a restaurant owner, you'll get up to $25 million. A lot of money in this package, and there's rent, there's mortgage forbearance, there's mortgage assistance money, and more. I'm so excited to be part of this community. Thank you, Sabrina. Tell your friends, get on Facebook, tell them to get over here. This is a community that everyone helps each other and helps one another. This is a channel that doesn't just read your news. I don't just press record and show you a clip from a broadcast news channel and sit there with headphones and let me just sit with some headphones and just sort of let me just listen. Okay, that was 5 minutes of clip. Zero content. I don't just play clips from from broadcast news. I actually help get you money. I mean, come on here. All right, now let's cut back to second stimulus and first stimulus. I've had a lot of people getting really anxious and excited. Not really. I don't get any help. Yes, you do, Nanette. You get help for rent. You get help for utilities. You get help for food. You get help for that and more. And under second stimulus, you get additional help across the board. Thank you for that person who had the nice super chat just a second ago. So under second stimulus, the irony of second stimulus is that under second stimulus, you get all these things with the exception of the check. You know, this article from Politico talks about how people have been walking up to Wyden at the supermarket saying, why is it taking so long? Why is it taking so long? Well, they're obviously not a viewer of this channel, because under the second stimulus package, under the first stimulus package, under purple, under state stimulus, you can get $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $10,000 right now, right this minute, because of money that's available for about 4 of the items I just told you under the third stimulus package. I'm going to go over each of them right now. So get a pen and paper. Get a pen and paper and bring it on, Allied, says Jerry. I'm ready. I'm revved up. I hope you're revved up. 600 people in the room and 300 likes. Let's get 1,000 people in the room and 1,000 likes. Let's do it. You are on the bomb. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, Kathy. Welcome to Becoming a Purple Hawk. Number one, these are the items you're going to make a list for yourself. Number one, rent. This is money you can get right now. Rent. Number two, utilities. Number three, internet. Number four, food. Okay? Those are the four items that all viewers can get right now. You can also get mortgage assistance. So let's add 5 on that if you have a mortgage. Mortgage assistance, which is not always as easy, but you can get that as well. Those are 5 items you can get right now. Now, of those 5 items, they add up to about $5,000 to $10,000. The rent is usually 3 to 6 months. The utilities is usually about a couple $100 to a couple $1,000. The food is about a couple $100 a month or to $1,000 a month. Thank you, Sabrina, for the super chat. All the way up for a year, which will be about $12,000. $1,000 a month in food is about $12,000 a year. So you see, suddenly in just a blink, I can get you almost $20,000 right here on the second stimulus. That's the first thing. The second one is that there are add-ons. There are add-ons. This is for more people of this channel, but not all the people of this channel. Under second stimulus, we're still talking about law, current law. So under second stimulus, if you're Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, Airbnb, anything like that, plumber, electrician, truck driver, you can go get an EIDL at sba.gov right now. You can go get a PPP from Fundera, Lendio. You can go get those right now. And those would add you another couple thousands of dollars, depending on how much money you made last year on those operations. It could be anywhere from a couple thousand. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're the best. I appreciate that. That could bring you to about, a 5 to 10,000. I'm having trouble getting any help. So reach out to the volunteers. I'll go over the volunteers in a little bit in this video. That money for PPP or EIDL you can get right now. That's the EIDL loan, not the grant. And that will bring you about another $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. That is if you have that type of thing going on in your life. Then, if you're missing the stimulus checks, the first or second stimulus check, you can go get it. Those first and second stimulus checks, just file the tax return. I don't have as many people telling me about the situation, so I assume more of them have gotten up to date. Thank you, Miller, for the nice chat, nice comment. I really appreciate it. So if you're missing those stimulus checks, go on to irs.gov, file tax return, or go to your local tax preparer, and they can help you. Renee, I'll cover where you get that help in a second. And file that tax return. Get those missing stimulus checks. Go to your local tax preparer, the major big box ones. The major tax preparers, go to them in person and get that tax return filed in the next few days, and then bam, if you're missing 2 checks, $1,800, bam, right there. It is so straightforward, and it's absolutely really, really good news. Here in New Jersey, I make less than $3,500. Yes, this is you can get all this type of stuff. My husband makes $30,000, so I think I could use the help. Absolutely. So the great information is that you may want to push for certain things, but ultimately I want you to push to get money. I want you to push to get money. I don't want you to sit around and pout. There's no negativity allowed here. There's money flowing here. There's no negativity. We're going to push for money, and you're going to be part of this community, and you're going to push and push and push for more money and get the money you're available. Good morning, LA. I appreciate all your work. Well, I appreciate that, Paula. So the focus is getting money. The focus is getting money. The focus is not ranting and raving. I've seen over the last couple of weeks a lot of people saying that Congress has forgotten about me, or Congress didn't include this, or Congress didn't include that. I want you to understand is that I don't want you to be that person, because why not get $5,000, $10,000? Why sit around and pout when you can go get $5,000, $10,000? Don't sit around and pout about something that you should absolutely advocate for. I'm not saying not to advocate for, but don't pout. I've seen so much, and I'm going to say it right now. I want to be very clear right now. I've had a lot of people that have been negative about SSI and SSDI, Social Security and railroad benefits. Very, very negative about it. You know, you saw me when I would read the comments on air. I couldn't read them after a while because it was just the same thing, SSI and SSDI and Social Security. It was $2,400. Now let's do math. Let's do math with a smile. Let's do math. $2,400 paid as as $200 a month for 12 months. $2,400. You know how quickly you can get rent and utility assistance of $2,400? Do you know how quickly you can get it? Very quickly. Very quickly. Hey, Sandra, thank you for coming to Purple Hawk. Do you care if the $2,400 is paid because you're on SSI or you just got it from another way? You don't care really where the $2,400 comes from. So long as you get $2,400, that's all you care about. And ultimately, you can sit back and say, well, you know, they forgot about my $2,400. Yeah, they may have for now. But if I can get you and you can get, and we can as a family get that $2,400 somewhere else, then stop dwelling on how they forgot about you for 10 seconds. Focus on how you can get the $2,400 somewhere else, and a lot more than $2,400. And so let's turn to the volunteers. The volunteers are in the pinned comment to this video, the description. They're also at the top of the chat. They're at news.la.com/community. What you need to know is you need to focus on what you want. Hi, Catherine. Thank you for becoming a Purple Hawk. You want to focus on what you want. If you want SNAP, if you want food, if you want SNAP, if you want rent, if you want utilities, if you want all those, just focus on what you want. Start with saying, I'm from, Duluth, Minnesota. I need help with rent. Let's see how many months we can get. Let's see if we can get 3, 6 months. Let's get as many months as we can get for rent. Utilities. Boy, with utilities, it's sort of funny, but I always laugh with utilities, how people say, I got utilities from one utility company. And I'm like, well, what about the other 3 utilities company? What about the other 3 utilities? You got 4 utilities companies. Get all the utilities companies to pay you money or relief. It's incredible. Get water, electric, heat, and oil. Don't just get heating oil and just stop. Get as many as you can. And that's sort of the process of how we get it. The $200 a month I could use right now says gun. But that is not the message we're focusing on. The message I'm trying to refocus on everyone is I can get you the $2,400 right now. And it's more than $200 a month. I can get you $2,400 right now. And that is a money that's available from second stimulus for rent, utilities, food, childcare. I'm not even starting with state stimulus. A lot of states have state stimulus checks as well. I'm not even started with that. There are some states that have state stimulus checks as well. You can get $5,000 to $10,000 under the second stimulus right now. Why would you belabor the point of the $200 for SSI? That is where I'm trying to get people to refocus, because a lot of people have gone from here to really deep negativity on saying, well, I really would have liked that $200 a month for SSI. Well, first of all, under the third stimulus package, you're going to get $5,000 to $10,000. That's the first one. You're going to get $5,000 to $10,000. So you're going to get $5,000 to $10,000 like everyone else. That's good money. You're going to get it that like everyone else. So don't be negative about the breadth of the third stimulus package, because there's going to be a lot of money in there. The second one is that the second stimulus is paying out money now, and you can, thank you for the super chat, and you can get that money right now. This article from Politico today shows where we are. And let me give you the big update. As we sit here now at the 19-minute mark on Home LA, the midday lighthearted report that gives you the latest on your stimulus checks. What I'm showing viewers today is that through the last few weeks, a lot of people have taken certain mantras and focuses and have sort of repeated it ad nauseum to bring them into an abyss of negativity. And that negativity should have been channeled into getting the money that's available right now, $5, $10, $15,000 right now, rather than focusing on $200 a month for 12 months. That would be over the next year. You should be getting thousands of dollars right now, and that money is available right now. So you shouldn't even dwell on the negativity of the SSI and SSDI. And in this video, I'm showing you how people went up to Ron Wyden, the Democrat of Oregon, and they said they're upset how things are taking so long for Congress. Well, they're clearly not viewers of this channel, because I can get you money right now, and that's where we're pushing. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Hey, Rocco River, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. The dancing pear, I love it. Thank you, Rocco. Thank you. Always be so kind. If you've not subscribed, why have you not subscribed? This channel should be adding thousands of viewers a day. This channel should be adding thousands of viewers a day, because this channel helps you get money, helps inform you, helps educate you, and helps shows you how you can get thousands of dollars every month. You shouldn't be focused on anything else but getting money. And that's why you need to subscribe. Also, like this video. 500 people in the room, 500 likes and 800 people in the room. Let's get to 1,000 people in the room. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up. It's free to like. Also, if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member so that you get access to documents like the third stimulus package bill. And that third stimulus package bill is here. Earlier today, I went over pages 321 to 323, which go over the EIDL grant on the third stimulus package. And let's cut back to where we are right now. Where we are right now is that money is money. Money is money. And if you can get $2,000 today, $3,000 a day, do you care what the $3,000 is for? Do you care if it's $3,000 because it came from X versus if it came from Y? You don't really care. Ultimately, money is money, because you need money to pay for stuff. And the more you have money to pay for stuff, the better you are financially in this year. This is going to be a great year for you. I know this is going to be a great year for you. This is how it's going to turn into a great year for you, because you're going to get big money now. This is how it would not turn into a good year for you right now, is that you're going to sit around and talk about how Joe Biden has not held up his promises for SSI and SSDI, repeating the negativity of a lack of fulfilled promises from President Biden about SSI and SSDI gets you nowhere. It gets you nowhere. All it does is repeat something that we all know, and it repeats something that is very obvious, that you're not getting the $200 in your bank account right now. Thank you. I'd like to know about any information on SSI and SSDI you mentioned. There is no information about SSI and SSDI. There is absolutely nothing in the third stimulus package about SSI and SSDI. Rather, there is money for everyone, including people on SSI and SSDI, under the third stimulus package bill. That'll give you about $5,000 to $10,000. And under the second stimulus package law. Is there going to be a $200 added to SSI? No, there's not. And I want people to sort of think in their mind, it's not there. This is what I'm trying to get you to focus. It's not there. It's not there. And rather, go get the money from something else. Who cares what the $200 comes from if it comes from something else? And people repeating negativity don't get money. It just repeats. It repeats an image. It repeats a minute. If you want $2,400 for SSI and SSDI, go get it from something else that I'm covering in this recording. That's not to say not to advocate for it. That's not to say not to reach out to Warren and advocate for it. But that's also not to say sit back and say, when am I getting the $200 a month? You're not getting it. You're not getting it. Go get this other money right now. All right, let's now turn to first stimulus. There is a lot of stuff from first stimulus and nonprofits that's out there as well. Nonprofits and first stimulus causes some confusion for viewers, because a lot of these programs have been continued from the first, second, and now the third stimulus packages. And those items have changed over time. What I want you to understand is don't think about what you may have heard last week for third stimulus and think it's how it was for first and second stimulus. Example. Third stimulus has a provision in there for rent that you have to perhaps be behind on the rent, perhaps has to be behind the rent. If you see that provision, don't presume you can't get rent from second stimulus or nonprofits because of that provision. If you reach out to United Way, Salvation Army, Community Action, St. Vincent de Paul, or Catholic Charities, they're not going to have the same requirements as President Biden's third stimulus package for rent. They're not going to have the same requirements as President Biden for unemployment, for rent, for utilities. They're not going to have the same requirements. And that's the great news, is that ultimately, if you are trying to get something and you go to a place and it says, oh, no, well, then you pivot to something else. Here was an example. In December, I had viewers in California when there was no money available in the state of California for rent because we ran out of, there was no second stimulus package yet passed. There was no money in the state of California for rent. There was no money in the LA County for rent. But there was money in some of the other counties. San Diego County had rent. And so I had one viewer that would jump in the comments and say, there's no money in California. I'd say, no, there's no money in the state, but there is money in some of the counties. And one viewer got the money in San Bernardino County. He got a lot of money. He got, I think it was $7,000 in rent in San Bernardino County. What I'm trying to use as an example for that is the viewer understood that he looked at the state level, wasn't there. Looked at the city level, wasn't there. But he looked at the county, and there it was. You can go for 3 no's and go to 1 yes, and you got the money. It's as simple as that. For rent, you're going to look at your state housing authority, your state offices, your county housing authority, your county offices, your city hall, and your city housing authority. It's a Sunday. You can start looking today. Why? You can go on browardcounties.com, Broward County's website, Miami-Dade County's website, Pinellas, West Palm. You can go on there and look where they have the assistance because of COVID, rent assistance because of COVID. You can call up your utilities company. Some of them are open this weekend. Reach out to them and ask them about assistance for utilities because of COVID. You can call up some of the nonprofits. They may be open on the weekend. Call them up and ask them about rent assistance. Don't add extra words. Don't add extra words. It's just you and those words. Rent assistance because of COVID. Utility assistance because of COVID. That's all you're asking for. Paula Madrigal, I really appreciate it. I want to give another message. Here's another message. If you are upset about the FPUC retro, if you're upset about Biden's FPUC retro, my question for you, because I just don't know the answer, is have you done escalated unemployment benefits? Have you done escalated unemployment benefits? Have you raised your unemployment benefits for the last few months you've been unemployed? If the answer, and did you go to the full maximum? Did you go as high as you can raise it? If the answer is no, Lord, if you're looking at 20 weeks of unemployment benefits that from July to December, and you never did escalate benefits, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That could be $100 a week. It could be $300 a week. It could be $50 a week. Guess what? It could be more than the FPUC retro. It could be more than the FPUC. Well, it could be almost as much as the FPUC retro. If you made over $30,000 2019 earnings, let me show you an example. If you made over $30,000 2019 earnings and you're getting $150 a week from July to December, and you're like, Joe didn't give me my FPUC retro. Well, wait a second. You should be getting almost $300 more from July to December. Have you done that? Have you raised it? Because the state will do it. The state will pay you that $300 more approximately, even potentially more than that, from July to December. And that is about the amount of an FPUC retro. You know, it's not $400 of FPUC retro, it's not $600 a week, but it is $300 a week of FPUC retro. 20 weeks, 30 weeks, that's $10,000. That's $10,000 in FPUC escalated benefits. Excuse me, not FPUC, UI or PUA escalated benefits retro. You can do UI and PUA retro raised benefits, even if President Biden's not stepping in and giving you FPC retro. You see how I'm doing things? I'm doing workarounds. I'm doing workarounds. I'm trying to get you the money from something else if you're not getting it from this other thing. Not to say we don't roll over on advocacy. We continue to advocate. We continue to advocate. We contact Warren. We contact those people. But if you're on SSI and SSDI, please don't ask me, are we getting that money? No, it's not in there. It's not in there. My answer back to you is, have you gotten rent and utilities and food now, which is thousands, which is a lot more than $2,400? Have you gotten more of that $2,400 from the other programs? If someone's upset about FPUC retro, my question is, have you raised your UI or PUA as high as you can raise it from July to December? Have you raised it every penny that you can raise it higher? Because if you can, it makes a huge amount of money. It makes a huge amount of money. With that, with 31 minutes on the clock, let me give you the big update where we are this afternoon. Where we are this afternoon is on the third stimulus package. There's a lot of different items for people, but every viewer in this channel qualifies for 5 items on the third stimulus package: rent, utilities, food, childcare, if you have a child, and a stimulus check. Of the rent, food, and utilities and the stimulus check, that would be about $5,000 approximately. What video is next, LA? 3:30 Pacific Standard Time with check, then which is taped. Then 3:45 with third stimulus, and then back live at 4:15 with Chuck. That's the first thing. The next one is that if you are Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, or Airbnb, or sole practitioner, nail owner, or anything like that, you're gonna get $5,000 plus that, because of the EIDL grant. EIDL grant, that is in there. That's for existing businesses. Next, there is $3,600 for children 5 years or younger, $3,000 for children 17 to 6, $1,700 for college students, $1,500 for earned income tax credit, and money for mortgage assistance, rent, utilities, and food. $5,000 for business grant, a lot more for a restaurant grant of the amount we don't know, and $1,500 for hazard pay for essential workers. And there you go. It's all this that I'm very excited for you in the third stimulus package. But I'm also very excited for you to understand how together as a team you will understand the $2,400, how you'll understand the second stimulus check. When are they doing the $2,400 of SSI? Don't know. And this is the message I'm leaving today with. I'm going to say it as loudly and clearly as I can. When are they going to do the $2,400 of SSI and SSDI? My response is, when you're going to get the $2,400 of SSI, when are you going to get $2,400 from the second stimulus package law that is available right now for you? When are you going to go get the $2,400 that is available for you right now? That is how I want people to push and get money right now. I want you to understand that there's a lot of money available for you right now, and I don't want you to sit around waiting for something when the money is available for you right now. Why? Because it's first come, first serve. That money is first come, first serve, and you can get thousands and thousands of dollars right now. With 34 minutes on the clock, 1,000 people in the room, and 700 likes. Thank you for joining me on Afternoons on Home LA. I'm next back with you at 3:30 with the continuation of LLA. So join me later today at 3:30 with Check. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay of LA for more. And take care.